We here at Mayhem Media
understand the trials and tribulations of life.
No matter how hard life can get.
Suicide is never the answer.
There's more assistance available today than ever before.
If you or a loved one are suffering from suicidal thoughts, please don't try and take it on alone.
Call or text 988 if you live in the U.S.
Or if you're in Great Britain, call 116123 or text 85258.
The world is a better place with you in it.
Hello, everyone. I'm sorry, James. I was going to bring you in a minute. Welcome, everyone, to Mayhemtainment. This is episode 80, and we were going to get to my guest, James Fury, in just 1 second. But I just wanted to give a shout out to the referee that was injured in OVW. Our prayers of Mayhem Media are with you, and we hope that you have a very speedy recovery. But now let's get to my guest. Someone I've been waiting to get on this show for a long time, and we just have not been able to make our schedules match up. He is busy all the time. Everybody wants him. He is the eternal flame of salvation, James Fury. James, welcome to Mayhemtainment.
Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being on. And I want to tell our guests now, this is not James Fury, the performer that we have on. Mr. Fury was kind enough to agree to just come on as James Fury, the man. And so that's an even better episode for us because we're going to get to ask him a lot of questions that we wouldn't ordinarily under other circumstances. So, James, how long have you been a wrestler?
3 years.
3 years. What was it that made you wanted to become a wrestler? Were you inspired by somebody or what was it?
It's just like I tell everybody else. I saw a random episode of SmackDown in 2012, Greg Khali versus Randy Orton. And I don't know, I just, as a kid watching now, I'm just like, it look cool, and I felt like I can do it. And for the longest, I was wrestling like pillows and bears and shit, like having 5-star bangers with the pillow, like anybody else probably would. And I'm just like, I really want to do it.
I think every fan of wrestling starts wrestling in their pillows and their stuffed animals or whatever. I think everybody starts there who's a wrestling fan. I did the same thing myself, so I can completely relate to that. What do you enjoy about being wrestling? Like, what was it that caught you for the SmackDown you watched? Was it the performance, the athleticism? Is it all of it?
Just honestly all of it, and just like the physicality of professional wrestling, and that's also just by a lot of performers is used as an outlet, a coping mechanism. Even some people are going through life, like life. Nothing hits you harder than life, my brother. So professional wrestling is a great outlet for a lot of us brothers, and even the fans that come there, pay their hard-earned money to come watch us beat the living shit out of each other.
Yeah, it is good entertainment. Especially kids especially young boys are always naturally aggressive. So having that kind of entertainment is like kind of an outlet for them too, and the creativity, the characters, and the stories that you guys tell too. Are you more of an action, like, because what I've seen that there's wrestlers who can do everything and are good at everything, but I'm asking now, if you enjoy about the wrestling itself? Is it the physicality, the wrestling in the ring, the athleticism, or do you enjoy the storytelling just as much as that?
I'm a big movie guy. I spend a lot of my time watching a lot of movies, and I love the physicality a lot. I just like the rough physicality. Like I love it. It brings a different side out of me. And like I said, just like the coping mechanism and stuff. If you're going through a lot, it's the perfect spot to let some shit out. And just storytelling. I love telling stories. Not even just like in wrestling, but just like acting, like
Yeah.
short films. Like I want to be my own director. That's something that I plan to kind of make happen, and maybe once a year make a big ass film that's like different. So like
Yeah.
I love the imagination that you can like cook up with especially with professional wrestling. You can make up any story, like anything. The gobbledygooker can be put in a story, like anything can happen.
Yeah. Yeah. It does. It is a place where anything can happen. And that leads to a lot more excitement. And as a fan, and maybe I encourage the other fans who are watching to don't expect things. Try and live in that unexpected world, because you're usually let down when you expect things. Enjoy the show, enjoy it as it happens. There's no reason to expect things from them. Just enjoy it, watch it, and let it happen.
Yeah.
So, and you are a different person, James Fury, than who we see in the ring and when you're doing promos and stuff. Like, I almost didn't even recognize you at first, because you weren't all wild and flashy and crazy like your moniker and your gimmick is. So how is that like a big difference for you personally?
To be honest, like not really. I can snap in and out like just like that. Like as fast as a bullet goes out of a gun, that's how quick I can snap in and out of gimmick. And for me, it's like it's part gimmick and like real. It's like all real to me. Like anytime I'm cutting a promo, like I believe everything I'm saying. Like if I
Yeah.
say like, "Hey, I'm the greatest of all time," like I believe it. Like I am. You know what I mean? It's just like I feel like being a professional wrestler. Like you have to believe everything you're saying. And even just be going beyond wrestling, you have to believe in yourself, and somebody has to be able to see that in your eyes that you believe in yourself. You have to be your number one supporter. Like at the end of the day, like nobody else is going to support you harder than you support yourself. So with me, like at first, it's a long story, brother. But I remember at first it's just like anger, nothing but just pure vengeance and anger. I wanted to prove everybody wrong at first when I first got into business, and now it's just I don't give a damn about proving anybody wrong. I really
You're
don't.
doing it for you now.
Yeah, I'm doing it for me, my future kids that I will have one day, and just 2025 was a big eye opener year for me of just becoming more of a man. I'm still young as hell. I'm 22 years old. I have so
Wow.
much time. So
Yeah, you do.
have,
Wow. I didn't.
having
I would not have guessed. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off there, but I would not have guessed that you were 22. I thought for
yeah.
sure you look, when you're in the ring and stuff, you look like a seasoned veteran. You look like I would have guessed that you were closing in close to your 30s. Not that you're saying that you're getting out of your prime or anything like that. I'm saying, but the way you move and the way you do things in the ring and your promo work, it looks like someone who's got 10, 15 years under their belt, not someone who's
I appreciate
still
that.
young. So that's crazy to me. I definitely didn't expect you to say, because I didn't even ask you before we started. I should have. But because I didn't even, like I said, I would never have guessed. So that's crazy that you're so young, because you definitely have so much time yet to go then to grow into what you want to become as a wrestler. And I mean, you've been everywhere recently, so you're already all over the indie scene.
Yeah, I'm trying my best. And just kind of like to close off what I said before. I like to compare myself to Kratos because Kratos at first he was just filled with all this vengeance and anger, and he wanted everybody to just feel his vengeance, right? Just like with me, I want everybody to feel my fury. And then after that, he had a redemption arc. There's the redemption arc, and then there's the vengeance arc. Right now I'm on my redemption arc. I'm just trying to have a family. I'm trying to live my life and just enjoy the journey. You know what I mean? So like I like to compare James Fury, the persona, to Kratos a lot because it's like we have a lot in common because it's like a lot of realism to that because like I was there. I wanted to prove everybody wrong and for the wrong reasons. So like now it's just different ball game. I'm growing up. I'm becoming more mature, becoming more of a man, most importantly and stuff, and more responsibilities in my life now. So it's just a different outlook on life. It's like if you become if you get married, you have a different outlook on life. If you have kids, you have a different outlook on life. Like everything that you think of now is going to change once you have kids. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. I got my first house, and now my outlook on life is different now because I got my first house. So it just You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's awesome, and you have your first house at your age too. That's really great that you're succeeding in that way, because I think you're only going to get better. I'm excited for the chance for when I can, because in indie wrestling, the only problem that I personally have with indie wrestling is that it's so hard. I mean, especially for me, I don't know if you know this, but I'm in a wheelchair, so getting out and going to shows is not always the easiest thing to do anyway. So I wish more indie companies would put their content online so that you can see the wrestlers like you and other people who are coming up before they get to the big companies, like like the big companies that we were talking about earlier. Like it would be nice to be able to see the James Furies and I mean, she's on TV now, but I was a big fan of Billy Starks before she got her break into AEW. Like I would love to see some of these indie guys more. They're really good and really talented, and we just don't get to see them as much or enough. You, on the other hand, you're great about putting out your own content, your own matches, whether it's just clips or the most of a match. You're really good about getting your content out there, and I think that's something indie wrestlers themselves could do more and should do more. Is you got to promote yourself, as you were just saying. No one is going to promote you or do more for you than you. So if you're not out there doing the work, then you're not going to get rewarded. And I think that you're getting rewarded for your hard work because you're doing things that other people aren't doing and, quite frankly, just refuse to do.
Yeah, I appreciate that too. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. It's like when I look at guys like Killer Cross, Richard Holiday, Tommy Invincible, Ben Bishop, the veteran Jack Vaughn, and the list goes on. These guys are just every single goddamn day posting all the time to the point where like I'm forced to see everything that they do, even if I don't follow them. Like I follow all of them, but even if like I wasn't following them, they would still pop up on my For You page. And at some point, I would be forced to follow them because they pop up. When you see something pop up on your For You page like more than 10 times, you're probably going to follow that person after like the 11th time, like it just happens. So it just seeing all that, I'm just like, bro, like I need to take matters to my own hands. I'm not going to lie. I'm seeing all these guys kind of going bigger places, getting booked more off of social media. And I'm just like, bro, like I need to make people recognize who I am. I need to make people know I need to force people to know who James Fury is and what I can do, even beyond the ring and stuff. So my best way of doing that is going to put myself out there more than anybody else will, because like I said earlier, you have to be your number one supporter. You have to be your number one promoter, because nobody else is going to promote your content, your brand more than you do it yourself. You have to be that person. And I actually got that advice from Killer Cross in a pod. I remember watching before I got into business. He was on part of a podcast, and like this might sound like a mark nerd or whatever the fuck, but like I'm such a big Killer Cross fan. Like I damn near watched every single podcast that he's been a part of. Like I've damn near like I just soak up all the information that he's like spitting out in these podcasts, and I take it to heart. I take it to heart. And I remember him saying that you have to promote your own shit. He just went on YouTube, Instagram, take like all these social media platforms and put his shit out. And look at him now. You know what I mean? So you have to do these things.
Yeah, you absolutely do. And man, I'm honestly, I'm more impressed with you now that we've had this like not gimmick conversation. So I get to understand you, the man, a little bit more. I'm even more impressed with you now than I was seeing just your footage and stuff. I can't believe how much you understand the business and being able to promote yourself and stuff. That's there are other people who are older than you that don't understand that are in the business. Like that's why I'm so impressed with you, because there's so many people who don't get that, and I don't understand it myself. My podcast would not be where it is without what the work that I've put in and the promoting that I've done. So I completely understand what you're saying about being your own supporter and stuff. And the fact that you have that and you know it and you're so committed to it at the age that you are is also quite impressive.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. It's just time's ticking every year. Like it's going by just like that. I feel like just last year I was just in high school, graduated. Like it's just going by like quicker than you know. I feel like just last year I just started my pro wrestling journey. I'm already 3 years in the business now. Like this shit is just gonna keep on flying and flying.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, we are the only ones that can make this shit work, and we're also the only ones that can fuck this up. So it's up to us It's up to us to make this shit happen. If I have to every single day post at least once or twice or even 3 to 4 times every single fucking day to make some
Yeah.
shit work, to make some shit happen, then I'm gonna post every single fucking day, 3 to 4 times a day if I have to. Even if I'm working 12 hours a day like I do, where I don't see the goddamn sunshine or rise, then I'm gonna do that. Like it takes like what, like 5 minutes for me to do, put out a
Yeah.
video. You know what I mean? So I'm going to do that. You know, I'm not gonna make any excuses for the reason why I can't put out videos every single day. I'm going to do it. I want it. I'm hungry, and I'm going to fucking get it.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with anything you just said. Now you were talking about your 12-hour days and stuff, and this brings up do you have a full-time job other than being a wrestler?
Yes, I work at a plant factory, Bosco Sticks.
Okay, so you work at some full-time job. So Wolfman, who's a
Yes.
member of Mayhem Media, shout out Wolfman, actually wanted to know if you had a backup if something happened, if you couldn't be a wrestler or if you got injured or something. God forbid. Of course, I don't like asking that question, but it was asked by a viewer. I'm going to ask the question: do you have a backup or a fallback plan? Which is not a bad question to ask a wrestler, anyway.
It's not a bad question at all. For me, I like being experienced in multiple different avenues beyond wrestling. So like I was telling you, I plan to become a director. I can just fall back on being a director, bro. I can start my own podcast like you're doing. I did have a podcast, but I wrapped it up, you know, because I'm a wrestler. But there's so many things that I know and I'm very confident in that I'm great at and can make work that even if wrestling didn't work out, my career didn't work out the way I wanted it to, I'd still be a wealthy man one day. I'd
Yeah.
still be like living. I'd be still in somewhere on a yacht somewhere in Hawaii, just chilling. You know. So either way, I believe in the cause, and I'm not putting all my eggs into one basket. I'm putting my eggs into every basket. So, like I said, fucking win lose, it don't matter, bro. If I break my neck tomorrow, I'm still gonna be great and a rich man one day.
Yeah, that is great. Yeah, you have a great outlook on that too. So, and it's a great plan to be, to be able to have other plans, not just wrestling, because wrestling won't last forever anyway. And I agree with you about being, being everywhere and doing anything. And also, if you ever decide that you're ready to become a podcaster and you need any kind of support or help with that, I'm sure that you don't. But just in case, if you ever want to be part of a team, you hit me up because you got a home here on Mayhem Media anytime. All right.
Appreciate it. Thank you, brother.
And who knows, by then, maybe even Mayhem Media will be, a real company and, I'll be able to pay you to do your show. Who knows?
Hey, who knows, man? I'm pretty sure it can happen, man. As long as you have enough belief, man, and drive, you can make that shit happen.
Oh yeah, Mayhem Media. Yeah, you'll be coming back on Mayhem Media someday, whether it's as a podcaster or a wrestler, and it'll be on, everywhere. Yeah, you'll be coming back on someday. So yeah, just like we'll be Mayhem Media, the real company, will be interviewing James Fury, the whatever champion he is with the company he is at that time.
I love it.
So you were talking about, let's get into your personal life a little bit. You said you like movies. Do you have a favorite movie?
I don't really have a favorite movie per se. I love disturbing movies. I like movies that fucking make your skin crawl after you're done watching that shit. Like, it might sound crazy. Like, that's the shit I'm into. Like, I love the serial killer movies. Like, the part that I love the most about it is just like understanding the why, like understanding the story. It's like when you watch Batman, right? It's like if you just watch Batman and there's like no story behind like why he's Batman, then why the fuck are we watching it, right?
Yeah.
We watch Batman because his parents died. They got killed in the alleyway, and now he became Batman, the vigilante. That's why we watch Batman, because we know the backstory behind who Batman is. So think about it. If you kind of bring that back to wrestling, people are invested in you because they know your backstory. You know what I mean? But back to what you were saying about movies, movies like The Collector. I love movies like that. I like the Black Phone. I like shit. It's so many, bro. As Above, So Below. I like that. Shit. Fucking
yeah, those are so not even like horror movies, but like even like those bizarre kind of thrillers.
Yeah, the bizarre one, like VHS. I love VHS.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. VHS is great. I watch every single VHS, and every time they come up with one, I watch that. House of a Thousand Corpse, love that. The Devil's Rejects, love that. The Three from Hell, love that.
Okay.
I've seen Fight Club, love that. Southpaw, like it's
Yeah.
so many different movies
So
out there
you're
that like I love.
okay. So what about TV? Do you do any TV or just movies? Not that you might not have much time for TV, I guess.
I watch some TV shows like I finished Prison Break, Lucifer, shit, man. I finished so many TV shows. Shit, there was this one TV show where it's like the 100 or some shit, something like that. It's
100.
like,
Yeah, yeah, I remember the 100. It
yeah, I think I
did that.
finished Z Nation. Like, there's a couple ones in there for sure.
Okay, Z Nation. Yeah, I'm familiar with Z Nation too. That's a
But
good
I do
show.
spend a lot of time. I do spend a lot of time watching a lot of movies because I think as a me personally, I feel like as a professional wrestler, if you really want to get a lot of ideas for gimmick and character, you should be watching a lot of movies.
I couldn't agree more with that statement either, man. That's yeah, absolutely. So now I'm going to ask you this because you work a full-time job, you're a performer, you're posting all the time, you still have time for movies and TV. You're planning on having a family one day, you're buying a house. Are you manipulating the time continuum? Are you able to get more hours out of a day than the average person?
Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean by that?
I was making it. I was actually trying to. It missed clearly. Sorry, fans. Sorry, viewers. I was trying to make a joke there about if you could manipulate the time continuum because you do so much in a day. How are you able to do everything in a day, or are you adding time somewhere?
That's funny. I guess you can say like it's just like it's a mind thing, bro. You know, if I'm at the job for 12 hours from the morning all the way to like 8 o'clock, 7:30, right? It's like you just tell your mind that you're gonna get through it, and then after it's like think like this. This is the best way I can put it. Hold up. If you set your mind on fast food, right? You're just thinking about McDonald's the whole day, right? You're gonna get McDonald's. You've been talking about it way too much. So if you talk about all right, when I get off of work, I'm gonna work out. I'm going to post content, and I'm gonna come up with all these amazing ideas and keep telling yourself the whole day that you're going to do it. So that's why I'm a big believer in what you spit out into existence. That's it's part of the law of attraction. Like that shit's real. That shit's fucking very real, my brothers. You know. So if you say the whole day I'm gonna do 50 push-ups, you're gonna do 50 push-ups. If you say the whole day, oh I'm fat and depressed, then you're gonna stay fat and depressed. The whole day, oh shit, man, I'm insecure, man. You're gonna stay insecure. But if you say, you know what, I'm gonna be all right, then you're gonna be all right. You know. So no matter how shitty your life is going or whatever the fuck is going on or some shit, or how lazy or tired you are, if you just tell yourself, you know what, when I get home, I'm gonna do a workout. Don't matter how, I'm just gonna do it. Then you're gonna fucking do it.
Dude, that's amazing. You are more impressive now than I thought you would be. So I don't want it to sound like I'm gushing on you or I'm fanning out or geeking out a little bit, but
I
I
get
guess I
it.
am. I guess I am a little bit because I am a big fan of yours. And now that I've gotten to have this conversation with you, I'm just even more impressed with your presence and your whole with everything about you, man. You are gonna do some crazy stuff, and I hope that we can do this again. You said that we needed to wrap up by 6, and it's about 10 of.
6 o'clock, yes.
Yeah, so it's about 10 of. So if there's any fans that have any last questions for James Fury, then ask them in the next minute or so, and I'm gonna ask him one more question myself. Where do you as a fan? When I always used to think about being a wrestler, because I'm not in the business. You said when you were in the business, when you first got in, you were about proving people wrong, and then your mindset changed. As a fan, when I think about if I ever wanted to become a wrestler, I'm a fan. So I want to be the champion. I want the belt. Like I want to carry that belt down to the ring with me. You know what I mean? And not even necessarily the world title, but even one of the under titles. I just want to be a champion. I want to have that belt because of what it means. What is your overall goal now that you've had a few years in wrestling? What is your ultimate goal in wrestling? Is it to become a champion? Is it to just have a legacy that transcends companies or titles? Or like what do you have like something that you reach for? Like what is your defining thing that you're looking for in wrestling? If you have a great career, what is it you'd want people to look back and say, hey, James Fury was this. He was the best champion. He was
I want people when the shit's all said and done to look at James Fury as like, damn, this guy is like great in for his in betweens, like the little moments, like little things that people are not doing today. You know, facial expressions. I want people to like I want people to realize how good I am at doing facial expressions, changing the gear, like all that kind of stuff, like the little things that don't really get touched on like that nowadays.
You are
Um, I,
absolutely.
I want
Go
I
ahead,
want
please.
my legacy to just live on. I'm not one of those 5-star wrestler caliber athletes. I'm not. Hey, there's so many guys in that ring that can run miles like above me and like around a circle around me. But one thing that I have that a lot of people don't have is the ability to talk, the believability, the facial expressions. Like when I'm talking, I'm arching my eyes. You can see the veins coming through my
Yeah,
goddamn neck, my neck. You can see everything, every muscle fiber in my face when I'm yelling at you, and I'm talking seriously. That means you believe me. Some people are talking and their eyebrows stay the same. Everything about their face stays the same. They have the words, but they don't have the facial expression. That's what I have. That's where I come into play. So I want people to I want that respect from the world. I want people to like just realize like, damn, that James Spear dude is like a hidden gem. Like that dude is like an untapped gem. That you know what I mean? So like
yeah,
I don't care about fucking winning championships. Like, is it nice? It's amazing. It's amazing. But I just care more about legacy and just who I am as a talent. Even like I said, beyond wrestling, I want people
yeah.
to have when you hear my name, it's just that instant respect. Like, oh yeah, James Spear, he's a great guy to listen to. He's a great guy. Like the whatever the hell. That's what I look for at the end of my years when I'm fucking dead in the ground or some shit.
Yeah, that's great. I love that answer too. And you are good with your facial expressions. So you're kind of looking. You almost want to like elevate the game, the wrestling game a little
Yes,
bit more. Like you're looking to add that
yes,
extra, that little spice. And you're absolutely not wrong, man. Facial expressions and wrestlers' reactions when they're reacting to things, especially you, you're great with it. And there's some other good wrestlers out there too that are doing, actually moving their face and showing you emotion and stuff on their face when they're talking. But you do it really well. So yeah, I like that you kind of want to like you almost want to change the game, but in a small way, that can be big.
yes.
Because if every wrestler started actually doing facial expressions and acting in the way of their emotions and stuff, it would probably elevate all of wrestling.
Yes, I agree. If I ever started school one day, like way far ahead, when I'm like deep in the game, like these are things that I want to teach. I want to teach social media, how to act on social media. I want to teach like how to just brand yourself. Like it's going to be a lot about marketing yourself, and obviously,
Yeah.
a grade A athlete. But like just even the acting side of things, your facial expressions and stuff like this is stuff that I'm very extremely passionate about the business and just overall like everything that I do I'm extremely passionate about. I come from a lot of crazy shit that's happened in my life, so it's just like that crazy shit that happened in my life and those dark pathways that I walked and walked out of the fire alive. I channel all of that rage, that anger, that sadness and stuff, and I've made it into a passion for wrestling and everything that I do. So that's why my passion for this shit it burns even brighter.
Yeah, I can definitely see that you're passionate. You could tell that from any of your work, any of the stuff that you put out. You are clearly bought into your character and to what he represents, which of course is a portion of yourself. Any good wrestler takes what they have and uses that and makes a character. That's what makes some of the best characters is those characters who are like, well, it's me, but
Yes,
it's really just me. That's an exaggeration. It's an exaggeration of myself or something.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
those make the best characters. Well, I don't want to hold you up. We're getting closing in, and I don't want to hold you up. I want you to have time to get on to what you have next after this, and I also want you to be able to come on again. I would love to have you on again so that we can talk more and go into more a little bit about your personal life and some of the challenges that you faced, and also I wouldn't mind asking you about more in ring stuff, some of the people you've worked with, and some of the
Yes,
things that you've done in the ring. So I would love to have you back. There's lots more that I still want to ask you.
thank you.
Make sure you go follow James Fury on Facebook. What other social medias do you have?
Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook, YouTube, Threads. I'm everywhere, brother.
Okay.
As a professional wrestler, you should have goddamn every single motherfucking social media possible, bro.
We should be everywhere also, but we're not yet because I'm only one man and I can only
I get
do
it.
so
I
many.
get it.
There's only so many hours in a day. But make sure you share this out. Let's get James Fury some more eyes on him. He's already got a lot of followers, but let's see if his appearance on Mayhem Media. Let's see if we can give him a noticeable jump after his appearance and entice him.
Thank you. That'd mean a lot.
Again. Yeah, then you'll want to come back on again because you'll be like, oh, I can maybe get more followers. Come back on again. So see, I'm a businessman too, James. I know about sales and pitching and all that too. So we'll get you some followers, which will make you want to come back, which will help me get more followers, and we'll just keep the cycle going.
Hell yeah. No, I'm gonna definitely be making some content out of this and put it on my page. There's a lot of good moments that I want to clip up and definitely put on my pages and stuff. And I invite you to collaborate with all that stuff too. Just after we're done with this, link me to the YouTube link so I can do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I will definitely make sure that you can, use this and use up clips and post them on your pages as well. That's fine with me. I don't have a problem with that at all. It'll only help me reach more people. So yeah,
Perfect.
I'm glad I was able to give you some of those moments that you want to put into content. I was
this whole podcast episode, I got a lot of good clips out of this. Definitely a lot of good clips. So I appreciate you for that. There's some podcasts I'll hop on. I'm just like, damn, I don't got a single fucking good clip for content at all. But like, this is definitely one of the best ones. Like, I got to say, hands down, one of the best ones. I'm probably about to. I can probably think of like 30 different videos that I'm going to make out of this podcast alone. So
wow, that's excellent. I love that. I love hearing that. Yeah, that's great. And that's, what I've had people tell me that that's one of my strengths. That's one of the things that I'm good at. I'm good at asking questions and just carrying on.
Yes, you're good. You're great. Those are great questions. You're not asking questions that other people are asking. Maybe there's like two, but that's it. The other ones were unique. And one other thing I will say before we wrap this up and stuff is I do believe that even beyond a wrestler, I feel like it's really good to do a lot of podcasts, which is the reason why I want to do a lot of podcasts, is because it builds, you can build your PR skills. You can build your PR skills, and just like when you talking in front of like all these different panels, when you get on a bigger scale, now you're used to it. You know what I mean? So this is my practice. This is my practice by talking to all these different podcast guys and stuff, including yourself, that are busting their asses off and kind of getting used to like talking, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I try and ask questions that other people don't ask. Like I'll go look at, like I've actually went and looked at some of your other podcasts. I specifically went with questions that you weren't normally asked, because why would I want to ask? Why would I want to ask? I mean, of course, the fan questions, you know what I mean? Like there's a couple of questions that as a fan, you have to ask a wrestler, even if you know the answer. When you're on my show, I got to ask you some of those questions. But the majority, I try and keep unique questions, things that you aren't asked or things that you aren't asked on a regular basis. That's how I create the unique.
That's a great podcaster. That's a great guy. You're great at what you do, man. Keep doing that. When you have somebody on, always research their stuff. Let's see what they're about. Like there's some guys that don't even do none of that shit. They just have somebody on, just go with the strings. Yeah. Like you can't be doing that shit. You got to be real. You got to be real professional about that. You're very professional, man. Like you're gonna do some shit, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that very much. I very much appreciate that coming from you as well. So thank you. I hope we can do this again. I hope it doesn't have to be another 12 months from now before we can get you on.
We'll probably be on sooner. Just stay in contact and link me up with your other buddies too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm going to link you up with a couple of people once we're done with this. So that way you can hopefully get on them as well. So yeah, we just want to promote and all of them. That's what they want to do. We all just want to promote each other. We all want to lift each other up. You know what I mean? There's no reason we can't.
We're a team. God didn't make us all in this world for us to be against each other. We're all supposed to be a team. We're all in this together. Your next door neighbor's supposed to be really your best friend. So let's do this shit. No gatekeeping. None of that bullshit. Nope. We're all in this shit together, my friend.
Yep, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And the other guys I'm going to hook you up with are the same exact way. That's the relationship we built is strictly about that, about sharing guests, lifting each other up, making better content.
Yes, sir.
So thank you, James Fury. Everybody go follow him. He's on all the social medias. All you have to do is search James Fury. I guarantee it's not under another name. Just search James Fury and you're going to find James Fury. He is one of the best indie wrestlers out there right now. I don't have any problems in saying that at all, because he is. So go look him up, because soon you're going to be seeing him on TV anyway, eventually. It's just going to be a matter of time. So look at him now, and then you could say you were a fan of James Fury before he made it big and famous, and became a world-renowned wrestler, actor, entrepreneur, businessman, philanthropist.
Thank you.
We're going to close this out. Episode 80, Feel the Fury with James Fury. I am your host, JD, the Razor Ramon of podcasting, the bad guy. And until next time, that's the end.